Hey, Scarefest fans, it's Joe Lewis at Bonehead Weekly, and this week I want to be a little nostalgic. I did this kind of the other day when we were talking about Old Man Griffith, but picture it, 1999. Now, 1999, some people actually consider to be the last great year of cinema. It's the year we got Fight Club and The Matrix, just to name a few. And we did almost a two-parter on this on Bonehead Weekly about all the films that came out in 1999. I want to talk about two specific ones that are horror films that not only do I love, even though they've changed over time of how I feel about them and how much I do love them, but how important they were to me at the time because I just, I was going out with some person and it was the same person the first two times, and it doesn't matter. But the first one came out at Halloween and it was directed by William Malone, Bill Malone to his friends. So I call him William. He's actually been on our show too. It was the House on Haunted Hill remake with Jeffrey Rush. And I loved the movie when I saw it. And I rewatched it the other day along with the one we're going to talk about. And it's aged mostly well. Mostly well. There's a few little things that don't quite work anymore. But the thing is I keep going back to all the great actors in it and the great performances in it. Even though it's kind of a flawed movie, it's still much better than I'm sorry, I'm on the I know I'm on the outside of it's a William Castle film called House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price. Now, people think Jeffrey Rush was playing Vincent Price in this movie. He wasn't. He was actually playing John Waters with a pencil thin mustache and stuff. The only problem is him playing John Waters makes everybody think he's playing Vincent Price. It's William Malone told us the story on the show and he actually talked about it on the commentary for the movie. If you ever watch it on the DVD, if you have a DVD player, I'll still like the movie quite a bit. There's some great visuals in it. It's probably William Malone's most accessible film. It was his most successful. And basically Dark House was just one of those companies that was meant to redo and it was the same company behind Tales from the Crypt, same people, and they were just going to do William Castle films, use a ghost ship and whatnot that came out later. But this is the first one. And I like it a lot. Now, second one of that year that stands up just as well, if not slightly better than when I originally watched it, is a Tim Burton film. And people, I think, forget that Tim Burton did the best, except with the second best, my first is still the Disney one, adaptation of Washington Irving's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow. I love it with Johnny Depp. Now, I know we're not supposed to talk about Johnny Depp anymore. He's kind of got a little back into vogue, but he's not quite there yet. I still love this movie. And actually, except for Big Fish and maybe a few other things, I wasn't crazy about Wednesday. It's one of the better films I've seen. It's actually one of my favorite Tim Burton films. And the reason is my dream was always to make a Headless Horseman film. As some of you know, I'm just a filmmaker. Never got to do it. But to me, it's one of the best adaptations. Not only does it have Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci, some of the best British character actors of all time. Go back and watch it. I mean, we have Christopher Lee in this movie, okay? Well, all we were missing was Peter Cushing and Vincent Price. Check it out. If you haven't seen Sleepy Hollow in a long time, it still holds up. It's hilarious. There's a drinking game to be played with Sleepy Hollow about how many times you take a shot every time Johnny Depp passes out from something that he doesn't want to believe or see, and you will be just schnookered by the end of the night. So think about 1999 and go back and watch House on Haunted Hill and Sleepy Hollow. I recommend them both. I don't know that either movie could get made today, specifically with the budgets that they had. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly.